Well, hello, FILIPINARS listeners and followers. Thank you so much for joining us today at FILIPINARS. And as you know, FILIPINARS is brought to you as a public service project of the PNANV, or the Philippine Nurses Association of Nevada, in collaboration with PHLV Radio. So in today's episode, we're exploring one of the most powerful forces in nursing. It is the true sense of belonging. Whether we first discover it in the classroom or early in our clinical rotations or through the professional communities that support us throughout our careers, belonging is what keeps nurses connected, resilient, and inspired. So today, we're honored to bring together the voices from Nevada Nurses Association and the Grand Canyon University, two organizations that are deeply committed to strengthening the nursing profession and creating spaces where nurses feel seen, supported, and valued. So our guests will bring perspectives from both the academic and the professional worlds, and together we'll talk about how belonging is built, how it is sustained, and why it matters more than ever for nurses across Nevada and beyond. So let us welcome Dr. Evette Wilson and Dr. Sherri Lindsey. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Very good. Very good. We're actually honored to have you guys today. So let me first introduce Dr. Evette Wilson. Dr. Evette Wilson is the president of the Nevada Nurses Association District 3, and that's in Southern Nevada. She is a doctor of nursing practice, prepared nurse leader, educator, executive coach, and with over 30 years of experience in nursing practice and leadership. She is also the owner of Wilson Wellness, LLC, Nurse Vision Leadership, and a development and consulting firm. So Dr. Wilson is very passionate about empowering nurses through education and leadership development, legislative advocacy, and professional growth initiatives. She is committed to strengthening the nursing voice in Nevada to improve healthcare outcomes and advance the high quality of care for our communities. So, Doctor, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think you covered it.
You're also an instructor at GCU, right?
Yes, I'm the critical care clinical faculty for GCU, so I lead all of the critical care for our ABSN program.
Very good. Okay, very good. So, Dr. Sherri Lindsey.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. So, Dr. Sherri Lindsey is the Director of Nursing Services for the Grand Canyon University. And she is an accomplished executive nurse leader and a chief nurse administrator with over 30 years of experience in healthcare and higher education. She holds also a Doctor of Nursing Practice in executive leadership and a master's degree in nursing education. And she just happens also to be part of the board of the NNA, which is the, Nevada Nurses Association. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and do you have anything to add to that?
No, you did definitely cover it all.
Okay. Well, we'll start with the questions then. So, the first one that I have to talk to is Dr. Wilson here. So, can you tell us about the Nevada Nurses Association and how does it serve the nurses across the state?
Well, Nevada Nurses Association is a professional organization. We are a nonprofit. We're a 401(c), and it is our goal to advance the professional practice, nursing practice. We do that through education. We do that through community service. We do that through legislative advocacy, and we also help to develop our leaders for leadership development. And we also advocate for improved health care for our citizens in Nevada. And we've been here for over 100 years.
100 years, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So, how many districts does the NNA have?
We have, we did have 3 districts. We had a District 1, which is Northern Nevada.
Right.
We had a district, we have District 3, which is Southern Nevada.
Southern Nevada.
We had a District 2, which was our rural communities like Elko and all those, but we've now combined that into District 1. So District 1 and 2 are together. It's our northern and rural. And then we have the District 3, which is Southern Nevada.
Okay, great. And actually, the president of District 1 is part of the PNANV, Dr. Victoria Squire. Hi, Victoria.
Yes, Dr. Squire is our president for District 1. I'm the president for District 3. And then Nikki Aker is our state executive, state president for oversee both District 1 and District 2.
Both District 1 and 2. Okay. So what is the role of District 3 with NNA?
Well, our role really is to advocate and engage our nurses here in the district because Nevada is such a large, state, and we're separated. It's not like you can just 1 hour away. We're really are
almost
separated.
8 hours drive.
Exactly, and so really it's the same. We align it with those 4 pillars that we talked about. We really try to engage our members in getting in the community, getting involved. We do a lot of educational. We offer a lot of continuing education credits for our nurses. We have our legislative advocacy, so we're teaching them to boot camp, but we also advocate for our nurses as far as policies. And we have a nurse lobbyist who actually works on behalf of our Nevada Nurses Association, and she does a lot of educational things for us. She just did some legislative boot camps for us, but she is the one that's actually on the ground in Northern Nevada working with the lobby. She also sits on our Legislative and Advocacy Committee, which is very active in policies and moving. We've been working on the staffing ratios as well as our nurse compact, and there's a lot of other health policies, and she does a really good job of keeping an eye on all of the legislative activities that have a nursing impact or a nursing role. And so we pretty much monitor those ongoingly for our nurses, and anything that impact us, we're either advocating or testifying, working with the legislators on a one-on-one basis to try to, get those moving in the direction that's going to benefit our nurses.
That's good. So, Dr. Lindsey, feel free to, interject at some point, and vice versa when you talk, because, you guys are in the same circles anyway.
We are.
So why is legislative advocacy important for nurses in Nevada?
So, advocacy.
Yes.
Working with the legislator, getting our bills passed, making sure that our nurses' voices are heard.
Yeah.
There are things out there that they're saying about nurses, but we can actually reboot those things when we work together as a community of nurses. So getting involved, having the community see us as a part of the community, as well as, nursing, helping, getting involved.
And I will add to that, because when, a lot of nurses, as nurses, I'm going to say we'll be the first one to complain about things.
Right.
But we're also the first ones who, I could come up with 100 excuses why we can't get involved or can't get engaged. But being involved in that process, being able to advocate, that is one way we can make those changes. That's one way we can have a seat at the table. And we have people out there making decisions for us who are not in nursing or is not in healthcare. And as nurses, we should be making our own decisions. So we should be sitting at those tables. And this is one way through our legislative committee and through our advocacy activities is one way we have that seat at the table to make the change that we are, asking for.
Right. Okay, so you also mentioned about, well, I love that. I went to the legislative nurses in the legislature a couple of years ago, and I guess the last one we kind of lost out on trying to pass Nevada as a nursing compact state, so I'm still sore about that.
We are still working on that one, and actually, it's amazing. 90% of our pretty much about 90% of our nurses agree, and they want that.
Yes,
it is a work in progress. I know our lobbyist is hard at work working on that for us. So hopefully we'll get it passed
in the next couple of years.
That's
so
what we're hoping.
Yeah. Oh, I'm there. I'm still rooting for it. I said, before I retire or before I die, I think I would like to see Nevada become a compact state licensure.
We're almost one of the last ones to do it, so hopefully we can get in there soon.
I think we're one of the 7 states that are not part, right?
Yes.
Is that
Correct.
Okay, good. Okay, so, well, that's, one thing that we can shoot for. So anyway, you talked about a nursing boot camp advocacy. Can you tell us all about that?
Yes, we actually just completed our very first legislative advocacy boot camp. One of our goals, and we, as a committee, we sat down December and really looked at strategic planning and really looking at how do we have intentional programming for our members. And one of the things that was missing, we felt, is every other year we do the legislative day at the legislative day at the Capitol, where we go up and we're all there. And we're doing some education, but we're telling nurses to go out and do these things, testify and advocate, but we're not really giving them the skills or teaching them the skills to do it. So our boot camps we kind of spread them out quarterly. This is going to be, this first one we just had was Legislative Boot Camp 101, which was really the foundation. It was to teach nurses about the legislative process, how the legislative process works here in Nevada, how a bill becomes a law. We looked at the NELIS, which is the tracking system for those, how to read, how to navigate that. We talked a little bit about testifying, and we talked a little bit about how they can get involved in some of those advocating processes. Over the next I think the next one we have is going to be on health policy. That one's coming up in May. We don't have a date on it yet, but I will definitely get it out to your members as soon as we can.
Don't go May 9, because May 9.
Don't go May 9. I want to do May 9. So that's good. We don't have a plan.
Just to add on to what Dr. Wilson was saying, we talk about all of these things for nurses. We want to get out there. We want to be involved. But if you ask the average nurse that's working on the floor, they have no idea how to do it. So with these legislative or advocacy boot camps, we can get nurses trained on. Every nurse has a story. Every nurse that is a nurse has a story. And it's really compelling when you're on the stand telling your story and how to tell your story that gives impact to what we're trying to do. That's what all of these boot camps are about.
That's awesome. We have an issue right now about the government calling them nursing is not a professional.
Correct.
It's not a profession. So I think they had a deadline of March 2nd on which for you to be able to tell the Department of Education, hey, this is not okay. So hopefully we can move on. And a lot of people don't know how to go about it. So,
and I can tell you, one of the things that we did on behalf of our nurses for that particular thing, we had a state level activities where we collaborated with other state organizations and associations. We all wrote a letter for that towards our goal, which is a statement letter, position letter. We also, at the ANA level, which is our oversee, they actually just wrote a letter. They put a statement out, but they also wrote a letter to our government for a formal recommendation for that to be changed, the categories to be changed. So they are advocating at the highest levels in the Capitol for that. So hopefully we'll see some changes, with that piece of it. But we are definitely taking that into consideration, and they are making movements on it. They're doing action.
That's pretty awesome, and I'm glad you guys are taking a rein on this one on training. So, okay, so how can nurses become more involved in leadership and advocacy?
So, first of all, by joining the NNA, that is one of the ways that they can actually start to get involved, as well as go on some of these sites and look into what kind of bills and things are out there that pertain to nursing and our profession, and start asking those questions. Start asking at the lower level, your congressmen, your senators, your local advocacy people, to see how we can get some of these bills changed, some of these things done. Our nurse compact, I think, is going on 7 years now.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah, so at least that, trying to get that legislative piece integrated. So, asking those questions, going to your politicians that are local, and then maybe you can they can move up and get some of those things changed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And another thing is again, besides joining NNA, we're always looking for members on committees and work task groups and workforce things to do. So even just getting involved in the community, sitting on boards, sitting on committees at your level. We're also always looking for nurses to run for public office. And one of the good I'm just saying. And one of the good things is we support. We support you with that. Our lobbyists, she's looking for people so that we can support and help them develop them so that they can that is another great way to get involved in those different things. But we're always doing initiatives with our ANA. So at the NNA level and at the ANA level, there's RN Action is the actual task group. So if you go onto the ANA website, you can actually go in RN Action, and usually you stay up to date. So if there's anything that we have a call to action for, like the professional category, we did a call for everybody to go out and, hey, write your legislator, contact it, and they give you like a toolkit and information. That's where you are to share your story. So when we have these call for actions, if you could share your stories, because I'm sure everybody has that story out there, to do that. When we have the Nurses Day at the legislature, participate and come. That's your opportunity. We are there talking with the legislators. We're telling them and sharing our story with them. So, those are different ways that they can definitely get involved.
And a lot of those stories are very compelling, too.
Yes, they are. They are.
Okay. So what impact does NNA have on patient care, health, and healthcare policy in Nevada?
Say that one more time, I'm sorry.
What impact does NNA have on patient care and healthcare policy here in our state of Nevada?
Well, I think we're constantly advocating for those, especially access to health care. We have a couple of rural symposiums that our NNF does, and we are partnered with our Nevada Nurses Foundation. They are our fundraising arm. They do 2 symposiums, so we're constantly educating our nurses specifically on quality of care, but then we're also providing the education. Policy-wise, like there's a ton, our legislative committee are looking at a lot of the Medicare changes and things that are going on. So those are different bills and things that, we are looking at that. The staffing ratios is one that we are looking at. For that one, and I just want to can I clarify on that one, because a lot of people think that a lot of the nurses miscommunication. The NNA actually vetoed that bill, but it was based off of how the bill was written. It was a poorly written bill, which would have caused some issues with rural areas and some things like that. So we are not against staffing ratios. I want to just be very clear on that. We are definitely for them. But in the same sense, we have an administrative code and we have a NRS, which is our legislative code. And a lot of the things, the specifics are placed in the the request was to put them in NRS. And if that was the case, we would have to wait every 2 years till that law could be changed. So if there was anything that, say, we had the staffing and it didn't work out the way we wanted it to work out, or there's changes that we wanted to make, we wouldn't be able to make those. So we wanted those changed to the administrative code where we can change that throughout the year.
Okay.
So I just wanted to be really clear on that piece of it. But we do have a legislative committee now that is working. We have frontline nurses that are working on rewriting that bill so that we can get that passed. And we invite any nurse who is interested in that police frontline specifically to join us for that piece of it. They can reach out to us and they can join that committee.
Very good, very good. So I'm glad you said that. So how can community members support the work of the NNA?
So one of the ways that they can support us is, just as Dr. Wilson said, looking for those committees, going onto the website, seeing what committees are out there, and then, just joining them. I'm part of the community committee, so we advocate for community activities. We just did a couple. We did Scale the Strat. We had a couple nurses that actually did the Scale the Strat, but we volunteered and
fundraised.
And we fundraised for that as well.
Right.
So, joining some of those committees, and because we need help getting the work done.
Right.
We know the idea of what we want to do. However, we need the hands and the feet of every nurse that wants to actually be a part of that to get involved and make that difference in the community.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say, and also when we have events, we're always looking for sponsors for those. We have the NNA convention that's coming up, so we're looking for that. We have the gala that we do every year that we partner with the NNF. So anytime that there's opportunities to be vendors, to actually sponsor an event, those are also other ways that they can get involved in that piece.
And also be speakers.
Yes, we need speakers.
Yes, correct. Yeah, be speakers is right. So a lot of nurses belong to some grassroots nursing organization, depending on where they are, from a cultural standpoint. But why is it important, do you think, for a nurse and a nursing organization to become part of the NNA?
I'm so glad you asked that question. This is one of my things that I've really been working on as far as a goal. It is great for us to support our specific small associations, your ethnic associations, but when we go to the table, when we're trying to make legislative law, we're trying to make policy, when we go to the state capitol on legislative day, we're going in small groups. So when we're talking to them in fragmented voices. Yeah. But if Nevada Nurses Association represents all nurses in Nevada, union and non-union, all ethnicities. So we are supposed to be the voice of Nevada. And so when we all come together, then we don't have that fragmented voice. We're larger together as a voice. We're more stronger. We're more powerful as a voice, and they see us, as a voice for unified instead of fragmented.
Speaking as one nurse,
exactly,
as opposed to many nurses.
As opposed to many nurses, and we have a challenge about that, right? As nurses, I don't know what.
And one of the things I also want to clarify, because I just recently found this out myself, is depending on what state, so a lot of state associations, depending on what state you're in, they are structured differently. So every association is not structured the same. And some are unionized, and they represent, they are union, and they actually go to their hospitals and they represent. We are not a unionized organization. We, like you say, we represent both. But that is not our structure. So I just wanted to clarify that, because some people, if you're coming from another state and you're looking to, join, people may be looking for us to do that type of work, and that is not the piece we do. But we do take those, our voice, our unified voice, and we are lobbying on behalf of all of our nurses.
Okay. Now I know you have an event coming up, but let's talk about that a little later. Let me turn to Dr. Lindsey here. Talk to us about Grand Canyon University.
Well, Grand Canyon University has been here in the city probably about 4 years. We're located at 2485 Village View Drive. We're like right off of
In Henderson, right?
in Henderson, right off of St. Rose, right behind Green
Right.
Valley. We're a great organization. We're a Christian organization, the university, and we support the Christian worldview through everything that we do. With all the students, no matter where they come from, we support a Christian worldview, and we incorporate that in every single thing that we do. Every lesson, every class, every test, everything that we do, we support that Christian worldview and human flourishing.
That's good. So what are the programs that GCU offers?
They offer a lot of programs. We're out of Arizona. However, here in the city, we only offer the accelerated BSN program.
Accelerated BSN, right, okay.
Which is 16 months.
Ah, that's 16 months. Okay. And what kind of, you offer financial aids, obviously?
We do offer financial aids, and one thing that any student who is wanting to come and join Grand Canyon, they can go on the Grand Canyon site and hook up with a counselor, and that person can tell them all about financial aid and all the things that we offer.
So for all over Grand Canyon, but here in Nevada, you're only offering the BSN accelerated program. Okay.
Correct.
All right. So, but overall, Grand Canyon offers like classes or courses in business, in nursing, in counseling, engineering, theology, all that kind of stuff, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So, why choose GCU?
One of the reasons, that's a great question. One of the reasons that a lot of students choose GCU is because it supports the Christian worldview. They come to us, they are able to actually be involved in, different types of, what do I want to say, the different types of organizations, different types of things that they can actually promote their Christian worldview and be involved in that. So one of the reasons why all of the people that work there, as well as the students that come there, is because we have that Christian worldview, and we support human flourishing. So
very good. Yeah, I've been to your campus, and it's really kind of pretty. It's pretty impressive, right?
We're small but mighty.
And you have a lot of enrollees, of course,
yes,
right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you're both with the NNA, so let's talk about, let's promote your upcoming event in April. Can you talk about that?
We do. We have.
And I think we have a flyer, and we can show on the screen.
We do. We have a event that's coming up. It's going to be our first actual convention that we've had, a formal convention. It's going to be at the Tuscany Hotel, and it's April 23rd through the 25th.
Yeah, I think so. I have it right here.
Yes, and it is going to be, hopefully you can come and get your 20 CEUs or 20 plus CEUs. So if you need to knock out those nursing CEUs, it's going to be an opportunity for you. We're going to have a lot of different topics, in which we tried to get different tracks so that we can get specialty tracks. We're hoping to make this a annual event so that we can so this will be, if you want to get your CEUs, this will be the event to come to and get that. We are also looking for speakers. We're looking for vendors. So if you're interested in that, you can get the information at our website at nvnurses.network.org. And the other thing is we have the mentalist that's going to come, and he's going to do a show for us. I think that Friday night show. I know.
Who is it?
The Mentalist. It's something.
Oh, The Mentalist.
Yes.
Well, okay, I can't remember his name, but yeah, that would be cool. Because this is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right?
It is. And if you are a member, it's $300 to register. If you are a non-member, it's $400. We have, if you're 15%, if you are a person who is in school So if you can show school a student, you got 15%. And if you are not a nurse yet, like a student nurse that say don't have their RN degree, if you volunteer, you can get in free. So.
Oh, okay.
Great opportunity.
Yeah, great opportunity. So we can flag that on screen. And we are having, the PNANB is actually also having a educational seminar this coming up. So we will definitely plug your event.
Awesome.
Okay, the NNA convention, ladies and gentlemen, happening on April 23 to 25, 2006 at the Tuscany. And there is just go to their website, and there is a QR code there where you can actually register. nvnurses.org. Right?
Actually, I think it's nvnurses.nursingnetwork.org. I'm going to have to get her to change that.
Okay, say that again.
nvnursing.nursesnetwork.org.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, but it's coming up in April, and it definitely is going to be, worth your while.
Yes, it is.
A lot of, like Dr. Wilson said, a lot of speakers, a lot of different tracks of events, as well as a lot of networking. A lot of networking that's going to go on there. If you want to get out and get involved and, see some of the people that maybe maybe you don't know, find yourself a mentor maybe. It'll be a great event for that.
And not just networking, but this is where we're talking about community. This is really where you can collaborate and partner, because I can tell you I've met people at conferences and ended up doing projects with them, and so it's a great way to not only meet people but also expand your career and broaden your career through collaborating and partnerships.
Very good, very good. Okay, so the one question I do want to ask you is, NNA is an association working for nurses, so you do professional advocacy, and you are into education. And this basically, education and professional advocacy, how do you think that this can help the nurse have a true sense of belonging, and they can find their way, and they can find, their place, actually?
On the education side, starting the nurses out when they start, from their first semester, teaching them how to be involved with SNA and all of those organizations, kind of building their confidence, getting them out there, talking about nursing, getting them mentors for nursing, and helping them to evolve into the professional nurse that they're going to be once they graduate. And then it doesn't stop there. It goes to the community.
To the community.
Right.
Okay, and
I would say, a lot of nurses get disengaged from the profession. And this is an amazing way for them to have a sense of purpose and to find a passion in giving, a servant leadership, so we give when we're doing a lot of different community activities, just to be able to commune with a community of nurses. One way we've done that, we have just community events. We had, just to give you an idea of that sense of community, we did a Healthy Nurse, Healthy Nation is one of our initiatives that we're doing, because we feel that if we can get healthy nurses, we're going to have a healthy state. But we've done a cooking class at the Culinary, and we brought everyone together, and it was nurses who never met each other. They all left out of there with this sense of, let's get your phone number, let's connect. We did a sip and paint, which was a self-care sip and paint, which was a nice little self-care, brush away burnout, I think is what it was our topic. So they got CEUs, but they also was able to meet each other. And one of the things I like to say we do is create a safe space for people to have that community and for them to get to know each other. But it's a great way for you to have that sense of purpose and be able to engage in your community and be able to engage in something that's meaningful.
Right,
yes.
Right. Very good. Very good. So my last question to you guys is, what is your message to the nursing community? You want to start with that, or?
I would say my message is to the nursing community is to get involved, get engaged, find something that means something purposeful to you. Again, you hear me say we do complain about a lot of different things, but a lot of us won't take the action to do anything. This is an opportunity for you to get involved and to take action and to have the support, the educational resources to help you make the change that you're looking for. So,
and then I would say, taking off of what Dr. Wilson said, having, looking for that sense of purpose, but supporting each other, supporting each other in the community, because a lot of nurses get lost and they get like Dr. Wilson said, get disengaged because they don't have any support. Supporting our students, they are coming out of school needing somebody to take them on and be that supportive nature to them. So helping them to feel that way coming out of school. That would be my message.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for coming.
Thank you for having us.
And I'd like to have a heartfelt thank you to our guests, Dr. Evette Wilson and Dr. Sherri Lindsey from the Nevada Nurses Association and also from the Grand Canyon University. So thank you for sharing your insights, for the work you do, and for day-to-day strengthening our nursing community across Nevada and beyond. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And as we wrap up today's conversation, one message stands out clearly. Belonging isn't something that nurses stumble into. It's something that we build together through education, through mentorship, through advocacy and the community. We create the spaces where nurses feel supported, empowered, and truly at home in their profession. So whether you're a student trying to find your footing, or whether you're a new graduate navigating your first steps, or whether you're a seasoned nurse shaping the next generation, you deserve a place where you feel connected and valued. And we hope that today's discussion inspires you to seek out those spaces and to help create them for others. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep building the kind of nursing that we want you to belong to, and the community where everyone can belong to. Until next time, this is Doris Bauer, your FILIPINARS host, signing off for now.